जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। तो रिपीट करेंगे।
गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना।
जसोदानंदन व्रजन रंजना।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
जमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना।
जसोदानंदन व्रजन रंजन।
यमुना तीरावनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय राधा माधव राधे।
जय राधा माधव राधे।
जय राधा गिरिधारी राधा गिरिधारी राधे।
जय राधा गिरधारी राधा गिरिधारी राधे।
जय कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम।
जय कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम।
जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय जय प्रभुपाद Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की जय।
Jai,
श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव मां सुभद्रा की जय।
Jai,
श्री श्री गौर निताय जी की जय। श्री
Jai.
श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान जी की जय। भक्त शिरोमणि श्रील प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। So you want to repeat?
ठीक है प्रभु, आप कीजिए.
Okay, okay. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी. So today we'll be discussing these four shlokas that have been assigned to me from 26 to 29 shlokas of chapter 8, canto 8. So we'll try to. So these shlokas, they do not have purports. So what I'll be doing, I'll be going through all the shlokas, text, translation, word by word translation and translation, and then we'll try to discuss. So the shlok number, Prabhu, do you want to show the shlokas on the screen? Like, do you want to share it? Shankaturiya mridanganam vaditra.
Shankaturiya
Yes, Prabhu. Vaditranam prithu swanaha
Aditranam Pituh Swanaha
deva anuganam sastrinam
Devanuganam Sastrinam
nrityatam gayatam abhut.
Titam Abhut.
So we'll go for the word by word synonyms. Shankha, conch shells. So you want to repeat?
Shankha conch shells.
Turya,
Surya
bugles.
bubbles.
Mridanganam,
Vridangana
and of different types of drums.
and of different types of drums.
And
Vaditranam,
Aditranam
of the musical instruments.
of the musical instruments.
Prithuhu,
Pituhu
very great.
very great.
Swanaha,
Swanaha
sound.
sound.
Dev Anugana,
Deva Anuganam
the inhabitants of the upper planets like Gandharvas and Charanas.
the inhabitants of the upper planets like the Gandharvas and Charanas
Who follow the demigods.
who follow the demigods.
Sastrinam,
Saistrinam,
as along with their own wives.
as along with their own wives.
Nrityatam,
Nrityatam,
engaged in dancing.
engaged in dancing.
Gayatam,
Gayatam,
singing.
singing.
Abhut,
Abhut,
became.
became.
The inhabitants of Gandharv Lok, translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ji ki. The inhabitants of Gandharv Lok and Charana Lok then took the opportunity to play their musical instruments, such as conch shells, bugles, and drums. They began dancing and singing along with their wives. So, Prabhu, you want to call and repeat the other shlokas also, or should I just go along on my own?
जैसा आप कहें, it's your call.
Okay, Prabhu, then I'll go along.
Next shloka.
Yes, Prabhu, 27 shloka. ब्रह्म रुद्रांगिरो मुख्यः सर्वे विश्व सृजो विभुम् इडीरे अवितथैर्मन्त्रैः तत्लिंगैः पुष्पवर्षिणः. Synonyms: Brahma, Lord Brahma, Rudra, Lord Shiva, Angiraha, the great sage Angira Muni, Mukhya, headed by Sarve, all of them, Vishwa Srijaha, the directors of universal management, Vibhum, the very great personality, Idire, worshipped, Avitathai, real, Mantraihi, by chanting, Tat Lingaihi, worshipping the supreme personality of Godhead, Pushpa Varshinaha, throwing flowers like showers. Translation: Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the great sage Angira, and similar directors of universal management showered flowers and chanted mantras, indicating the transcendental glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 28. श्रिया व लोकिता देवाः स प्रजापतयः प्रजाः शिलादि गुण संपन्ना लेभिरे निर्वृत्तिम पराम. Synonyms: Shriya, by the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, Avalokitaha, being seen favorably with mercy, Deva, all the demigods, Sa Prajapatayaha, with all the Prajapatis, Prajaha, and their generations, Shila Adi Guna Sampannaha, all blessed with good behavior and good characteristics, Lebhire, achieved, Nirvrittim, satisfaction, Param, the ultimate. Translation: all the demigods, along with the Prajapatis and their descendants, being blessed by Lakshmi Ji's glance upon them, were immediately enriched with good behavior and transcendental qualities. Thus, they were very much satisfied. Shlok 29. Niha Sattva Lolupa Rajan Nirudyoga Gatatrapaha Yada Chopekshita Lakshmya Bhavuvur Daitya Danava. Synonyms: Nihasatvaha, without strength, Lo Lupaha, very greedy, Rajan, O king, Nirudyogaha, frustrated, Gata Trapaha, shameless, Yada, when, Cha, also, Upekshitaha, neglected, Lakshmya, by the goddess of fortune, Babhuvuhu, they became Daitya Danavaha, the demons and Rakshasas. Translation: O king, being because of being neglected by the goddess of fortune, the demons and Rakshasas were depressed, bewildered, and frustrated, and thus they became shameless. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वरूप ब्रजेंद्र कुमार स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So this chapter again discusses about the churning of ocean of milk, Kshir Sagar, and in the so in the introduction it is mentioned that there is a chronology of appearances of different personalities and different resources when this churning is happening. So we already discussed how Lord Shiva had appeared when poison when poison came out of churning of the ocean. So Lord Shiva had appeared to deliver the entire creation of the dangerous poison. After him, Surabhi cow appeared, and she was accepted by saints and munis so that they could perform yagyas. So yagyas required ghee and other milk products, panchagavya, and there are many milk products that are required for performing yagyas. So saints and munis, they accepted Surabhi cow for that service. And then there came a horse which was named Uchchaishrava, which was accepted by Bali Maharaj. Then after Uchchaishrava, there was Airavat and other elephants, which had very special ability of traveling in any direction. And Airavat was like it was the main elephant, and it was accepted by Indradev. After that came out Kaustubh Mani, and we all know that it was accepted by Lord Vishnu, who placed it on his chest. So in Vaikuntha Lok, almost everyone will have a form like Vishnu-like form, four-handed form, same appearance like Vishnu. But only Lord Vishnu will have Kaustubh Mani on his chest. And so that gives him the special identity. And after that, Parijat flower and Apsaras appeared, which were assigned heavenly abodes for their respective services. And then after that, this chapter mainly talks about this topic, appearance of Lakshmi Devi, goddess of fortune. So the demigods, great sages, and like the Gandharvas and other people, like other denizens of our universe, which are in mode of goodness, they offered her their respectful worship. And goddess of fortune, when she appeared, she was like looking for a suitable match for herself, whom she could accept as her master and husband. So she was like traveling, like going across all the personalities and doing a nirikshan of all the people. At last, she approached Lord Vishnu and she requested him as her master. Lord Vishnu gave her a place to stay everlastingly at his chest. Because of this combination of Lakshmi and Narayan, all who were present, including the demigods and people in Jimbu, were very pleased. So these are those people who are in mode of goodness. And then there were demons who felt neglected by goddess of fortune, and they were depressed because of that. So we'll discuss slightly about that. And then the introduction of this chapter also mentions about the appearance of other personalities like Varuni Devi, who at the order of Lord Vishnu was um, so she is basically the goddess who controls the drunkards. So she was given the service of engaging demons, uh, and then came Dhanvantari. So after Varuni, again people started churning, and then the main personality for whom or for which the churning of Shir Sagar was being done appeared, Dhanvantari, who is also a partial expansion of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. And when he appeared, the demons very quickly they basically snatched the Amrit Kalash from him, and demigods were like also not very happy about it. At the but they were very obedient to Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu told, "Don't fight, don't engage with the demons for now," and they were obedient and they did as directed by Lord Vishnu. After that, Mohini Devi appeared, who is also an expansion of Lord Vishnu himself. She is the most beautiful woman in the entire universe. So we'll be mainly focusing on the appearance of Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi Devi. So basically, whenever these pastimes of Lord happen, or any appearance of personalities representing Lord or devotees of Lord, when they appear, there is a special way that they are actually received by the demigods or those people who are in the mode of goodness. So actually in Shloka 26, the actual Sanskrit version of the shloka will not find these words Gandharva and Charana, but the translation given by our beloved Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, it basically tells us that so there is this word called Dev Anuganam. So Prabhupada basically tells that it means Gandharvas and Charanas, and these are those people who are actually engaged or who follow demigods or serve the other demigods. So normally the way this shloka describes, that shloka 26, that the inhabitants then took the inhabitants of Gandharva Lok and Charan Lok then took the opportunity to play their musical instruments and conch shells and bugles and drums. So this kind of celebration we also see on a material platform whenever there is a big kirti performed by some personality. We also have this traditional way of celebrating. But demigods, when they do this, they are mainly doing it when Lord performs some pastimes. So because of them being in mode of goodness, they basically are engaged in this service of the Lord. And then whenever Lord is performing some lila, big personalities in the universe personalities like Lord Shiva and Prajapati, who are basically performing crucial managing activity of the universe, they will also be engaged in the celebration of these activities performed by the Lord. So the Shlok 27 actually talks about Lord Shiva and other great munis and sages showering flowers and chanting stutis and mantras for Lord Vishnu. Whenever there is these various avatars of Lord Vishnu and various representatives of Lord Vishnu appearing from the churning of the Shir Sagar, so this kind of celebration is going on, and this entire Leela of churning of Shir Sagar actually witnesses many multiple avatars of Lord Vishnu. So like there is one avatar called Ajit, who is actually churning the ocean from the Devata's side. Then there is, of course, we know about Lord Kurmadev. He is holding the mountain on his back. Then after that, we also see Lakshmi Devi appearing from the churning, and after her, we see important expansion of Lord Dhanvantari. And after him, we see the most important for this Leela, who is Mohini Murti. So we will discuss that maybe in some other slokas, but today we'll be mainly focusing on Lakshmi Devi. So 20, 28 and slok 29, they talk about one very important point. Like this is something that I wanted to point out. So this is regarding the difference in the mm, mm, in the people having different modes of nature. So, like people in mode of goodness will have one particular way of reacting to situations, and people in mode of ignorance, they will have some other way of reacting to the situation. So, Lord Vishnu is like he's yeah, neither a friend of demigods nor he is enemy of demons. He accepts anyone who approaches him. So even Mata Lakshmi will have the same mood. But when she appears and she glances at everyone, uh, so demigods receive blessings, like they are rejuvenated, and they receive her glancing as glancing by some, like we have experience of being glanced by our senior devotees, or maybe our Guru Maharaj when they come at some function, or at some conference or summer school. So where we the way we are rejuvenated, looking at our seniors and our gurujans, similarly the demigods are rejuvenated, and they are, and suddenly, like in such situation, we have seen that people become very comfortable, satisfied, and they start behaving in a very sober manner. Um, so that is how the demigods experience this scenario. But the demons, they have a different mood. So uh, um, so when they so the shlok basically tells that um, being neglected by the goddess of fortune, the demons and rakshasas are depressed, bewildered, and frustrated, and thus they become shameless. So the goddess of fortune, she is looking for her match, who is definitely going to be Lord Vishnu. But demons, they also have that enjoying tendency. So because of that, uh, uh, when they are neglected by goddess of fortune in terms of finding her match, that is what makes them depressed and bewildered and frustrated. And so finally, when goddess of fortune is united with Narayan, all the demigods, they become very happy. Like the the introduction of this chapter also mentions about this point, that the demigods, great sages, and Gandharvas offer their respectful worship, uh, and because of the combination of Lakshmi and Narayan, all who were present, including the demigods and people in general, were very pleased. So this is how, like, this is what is the difference between the demigods and demons. Yeah, I think so. This is like one of the important points that I wanted to discuss. And since there is no much purport, so I cannot discuss my. So these are few points that I could see, like when I went through some of the lectures by some devotees. So yeah, these are. If there are any questions, we can maybe go ahead with those.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Very beautiful class.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So I would like to invite our devotees. If they have any questions, they can ask Prabhuji.
Shrikant Prabhu, maybe you can discuss something.
Okay. Class was very nice.
Yeah, it was short, Prabhu. I'm always giving a very short class.
It's written that these demons, they became shameless.
Yeah.
They say, Prabhupada is writing, the demons and
Hmm.
Rakshasas were depressed, bewildered, and frustrated, and thus they became shameless.
Hmm.
Katatra, katatra, tapaha.
Hmm. Gatatrapa.
They became shameless. Trapa means shame and gata means gone.
Hmm.
So it means that this lajja is one blessing by Mata Lakshmi.
Yes, 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 yes.
You want to speak something in that direction?
So, maybe you can enlighten us better on this topic. I also missed it.
Actually, this lajja is one ornament of devotees.
Hmm.
So, lajja means they don't flaunt their belongings or talents,
Hmm. Hmm.
because flaunting too much about one's own assets is actually very
Hmm.
is almost close to shamelessness in the sense.
Yes, yes, yes.
I sometimes feel, I discuss with Radhavan Prabhu also. I want to know your opinion. This Darwin's evolution theory
Yes, Prabhu.
is that human beings have come from animals, monkeys.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, but why did human beings start dressing themselves?
Hmm.
Where did this lajja element come from? You know, where was this
Hmm.
insert?
Hmm.
How do we explain this concept of shame in Darwin's evolution theory? I don't know. Probably they may have some answer.
I have some comment on this. Like, uh, the evolution, the modern concept of evolution of whatever evolution you want to call it. So that actually, when they talk about these things, they say that earlier, like these human beings were living in small, what you can call groups, mm, and there was free mixing between all the men and women. Even there are many biological texts which talk about certain diseases, and I have been reading one of the like genetics book on genetics. So uh, this was basically given by one of our devotee. He is also from biology background. I was reading this book for some my research related thing, and I could see that there was a disease being discussed, and it was being discussed about a place in US, like the modern US which we have. Um, so there were these Native Americans. So there was a community, and they had this free mixing of men and women, and gradually they learned this. So this evolutionists will explain that gradually people started like having the concept of family, or a reunion of like a man and woman, lifelong union of man and woman, and then they started developing this sense of shame and whatever you want to describe that as, and then they started becoming cultured, and they started dressing themselves. Uh, so that is how they explain these evolutions. And one another point I wanted to make is, like, when these Western scholars, when they talk about evolution, they actually, there were many places in Europe and in in other parts of the world where actually people were living in this way. And maybe that is one of the reasons why when the Westerners come and study this evolution, they have a tendency of speaking it on the bodily basis, because that is what they have actually seen amongst them. But on this in Indian peninsular region, or what we call as like more today in political terms, what we call as Akhand Bharat, in this region, people had a very different culture. They were not like what is being described by the evolutionists. So that is why our Shastras or our Puranas and Itihasas, they talk about the culture and the customs of this particular piece of land, and which had extended like to like it was a very big area. It was not like the modern day India what we have. It extended up to like um, many countries of our Asia continent. Up. So yeah, this is one comment I wanted to make, that those regions, they actually had those kind of tribes and those kind of communities which were very wild, and maybe because of that they have that theory of Darwinism.
Yeah, they seem to have explanations for everything.
Yeah.
We find from this that actually Lajja is a spiritual quality. It has a source in the spiritual world. So it is we find from Srimad Bhagavatam that it is actually uh, emanating from the spiritual world, Lajja. In Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu also, this Lajja is one of the I think qualities of Vaishnavas and all the everyone there.
So I had one minor question, like maybe you can clarify, or like this is how I like whatever you told just now. Based on that, I had this idea. Maybe is it because of this that even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord is very, like, even Lord has this quality, and because of this, Lord, like whenever he speaks something very big about him, he tells Arjun that because you are my friend and because you are not envious of me, that's why I'm revealing it to you and to all those people who will be favorably receiving our conversation. Is it because of that that Lord has that mood? Because there are no scriptures other than Bhagavad Gita where Lord is coming and describing about himself, about his own. Um, there is our one chapter, right, on the various. I don't know that terminology, Prabhu. Uh, like about his various qualities. Do you want to comment on this?
Lord in multiple places actually described his virtues. In Uddhav Gita, Bhagavatam, there are multiple places the Lord has described his. In Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, Lord is telling about his paraphernalia and virtues to Brahmaji.
Yeah, virtues. That is what.
So, so Bhagavad Gita is it's in Mahabharata. It's a very important discourse actually between Arjuna and Bhagavan Krishna, where it's Lord is like very he's summarizing everything. Each and every sloka in Bhagavad Gita is a definition itself, complete absolute definition. These are the axioms, axioms which are like guiding the whole material world. But everywhere, Lord has actually described about himself. Not only Bhagavad Gita. Uddhav Gita is there. Then Bhagwan Ji is speaking through the mouth of Bhishma to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Bhagwan spoke to Arjuna, and Bhagwan spoke to Yudhishthira also from the mouth of Bhishma Pitama. There also he is describing about himself. Number of places, the Lord. All the Gyan has come from Lord only for the four bona fide. There, this in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is one question by Achyut Prabhu. I'll just take 30 seconds.
Yes, no, please.
So there, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this element of Lajja has been very beautifully elaborated. When Lord is holding the Govardhan hill, 7 days, 7 nights, everyone in the Braja, they are standing under this umbrella. And Lord is looking at everyone, all of these Nitya Parshads. So whenever Lord's glance would fall on, whenever Lord's glance fell on any Gopi's face, that Lord, because of the Lajja, he would lower his head. And the Govardhan hill then he started shaking. So this Lajja is a very spiritual quality, a very great quality in the spiritual world, actually. Right. Yes, Achyut Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandat Pranam.
Dandavat, Prabhu. This Prabhuji, in this discussion about this, you are telling, no? It's a different region has different kind of culture, so it has become like this today. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, in first canto, Prabhupada is writing somewhere, I was reading, I don't remember the text. So in purport, he is writing that in Vedic age, so even after when Kali Yuga started in the beginning, whole earth was under Vedic culture. And but this during when Yudhishthira Maharaj became the king, so there was some people in the kingdom in some area where they were not so much inclined to follow this Vedic principle. So kept in different, far from this Bharat Varsha. Those whole area is Bharat Varsha, you know, basically whole earth is Bharat Varsha. But this declination of this culture is there. This is in Kali Yuga. This will happen. This is what the symptoms of Kali Yuga is. Actually, now see this Bharat Varsha, what we call India now, it is shrinking. You know, means the people more. Actually, what happens? You know, it's all about the people. What kind of living entity are taking birth as a human? So accordingly, this thing, this society will be governed and all those. So basically, not that this declination, it will happen more because you see, as the Kali Yuga will progress, so this declination will be there. And more like in India also, you see the mixing of boy and girl is becoming more prominent, and people are not caring so much. So this is the symptom of Kali Yuga means those kind of living entity will get opportunity to take birth in this age who has such kind of desire, who don't care for such Vedic principle or a spiritual culture. So what Prabhupada has written, and this is so like Western people, they give some explanation, this happened, but it's all about, you know, the people who are who's a living entity who have this kind of, basically these people, they have such kind of desire, you know, to violate the regs, don't care. And it goes, if it goes more degraded, then they will get the animal body, because animals are not regulated by Vedic principles. So this It's what I think, what I read. I just wanted to share. And thank you, Prabhu.
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
can comment on this, please, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu,
Haribo.
what you said. Yes, Prabhu. What you said is absolutely correct, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
There is some chat,
Question.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you, Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam, can you talk more about the Mohini avatar, which is Lord Vishnu avatar in some stories? Also, we are in Pratham Padam, Jambu Dweep. According to some scriptures, one Padam is for like 32,000 lakhs years. We just completed in Kali Yuga only 5,150 years. So, do we have more than itna years? Comment on this. But some other sampradaya says Kali Yuga is ending.
Actually, okay, I'll comment on the last part. The Kali Yuga is ending. This theory is actually, this is an Abrahamic concept. So Abrahamic religion like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, they have this concept of the last days or
Judgment Day.
they have judgment day. Huh? So for them, actually, it is said that the day is like the last days of this creation is already going on, and anytime they have some concept of some savior which they call as Masiha. So that will appear very soon, and there is some difference of opinion also. Uh, but that concept also, I would say, in some way allows the people to have some at least some sub-religious principles, if not actual religious principle. But yeah, there'll be some goodness because of this, but this is not enough knowledge about this. Does not give enough knowledge about the Supreme Lord, and does not talk about the relationship between the living entities and the Supreme Lord. So some of the people, even in our like people who come under the umbrella of Sanatan Dharma, they also have picked up this concept of Kali Yuga as already going to end, and we are almost in the Satyug. But we are actually not in Kali Yuga. We are still in the Sandhya of Dwapar Yuga. And according to our acharyas, we are in the Sandhya Kala of Dwapar and Kali Yuga. And because of that Sandhya Kal, so actually in our Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, it is mentioned that we are in the golden age, where the Harinam will be propagated very like extensively. So during this, because of the effect of Harinam, you'll have some good things also happening, like like people have started talking about Sanatan Dharma and Akhand Bharat. Concepts like this will pop up because of this being a golden age. But the real Kali Yuga has not even started yet, according to our Sampradaya. And then this version is accepted by many other bona fide Sampradayas, that Kali Yuga is still going to start, and we actually have maybe we have just crossed 5,000 years approximately. But due this Sandhya Kal time, it has some variation. So we should not even comment on like whether we have started the 4,32,000 years of Kali Yuga or not. That was my like understanding. Maybe some of the devotees can correct me if I'm wrong at some point.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Uh-huh.
Achut Prabhu, you want to ask a question? Your hand is raised. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
I have one. I just want to ask you on that in Gandharv Loka, and there are also musical instruments, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Like in the first, so that musical instrument is very much similar to ours, like Sankha, and is it something more advanced? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, Prabhu. So those lokas are also in material world. So definitely things will be some like material only. But yeah, of course, they have something better than us. Like anything that they have is like 1,000 times better than ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even the body they have will experience pleasure 1,000 times more than what we can experience pleasure with our body.
So like there is material component is more subtle. So musical instruments are also very
Yeah,
subtle and mm,
yeah, yeah. That realm is like, yeah. I've heard that like the realm in which Indra and other demigods live, it is all made up of mind element. I'm not very sure, but maybe some of the devotees can comment on this. So of definitely everything over there is of subtle nature, and of course it's 1,000 times, or it's some proportionate way. It's more like pleasant than what we have in our uh,
like
realm.
like Prabhu Sare Gama Pada Nisa, these are frequencies, right? Different frequencies. So these
Uh,
frequencies go into our mind and our eardrums are vibrated and then we perceive it. But
mhm,
in demigodly bodies, they don't have that eardrums and air element is there, but you need,
mhm,
for example, propagation of sound. In physics, we read like you need some air
mhm,
and then sound will go. I was thinking
mhm.
that I was wondering that how like musical instruments and air is there would be air components such that propagation of
So,
sound wave.
so, so according to Sankhya understanding, sound requires space or empty space to actually propagate. What we require the vibration or the air column to vibrate because we have ears and which can vibrate only by the medium of the air. But the
Okay.
sound does not require air to travel. The sound actually travels in ether medium. So yeah, we can do a research on this maybe. But
Mhm.
yeah, current understanding of science is not like it's not a complete understanding of sound because what Harinam we say that it is said that it crosses the covering of the universe and it reaches the Supreme Lord. So this kind of understanding we cannot have from this vibration of air column. Definitely, it's not going to. We are not going to conclude correct things from
Prabhu
that.
want to, Asikant Prabhu want to say something.
Yes, yes, Prabhu, please.
So in this point you said it was really very right and very nice that as we move upwards, they have more and more subtler enjoyment and senses. But the bodies are still made of Panchabhuta, and actually, and Panchabhuta and the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, possible. So eight Ashtadha.
Yeah,
But in the
Ashtadha.
case of as we move above, higher, the earth element starts shrinking. So these demigods also have earth elements, but it's just the predominance of ether and air element is more. Earth element is also there. That's why when they fight with the suras, there are statements in Bhagavatam that their hands are chopped off and the blood is coming out from hands. So
Mm-hmm.
all these things are there. But it's just that earth, what is that? Ether and air element are more. For them, it is very natural to, to float, to fly. It is not
Mm-hmm.
natural for us.
Yeah.
It is very natural for birds because in birds also the air element is more.
Yes, yes, yes.
It is very natural for the fish to float in the ocean because in the water element is more.
Yes.
In this way, you can understand. So it's not a mind realm. Mind realm is everywhere is mind realm actually.
Uh-huh.
Everywhere, everywhere mind is working. Um, yes, correct.
Yes, bro. Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this class.
Thank you, bro.
And yeah, if there is no further question for Prabhuji, we can conclude.
Yes, bro, definitely.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय हो।
जय
जगतगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। पतित
जय
पावन
जय गुरु
ग्रेट
महाराज
जय
दामोदर
जय
जय।
हरे
दामोदर
कृष्ण।